Hi, this is Kate from Izzalicious Designs. Today I thought we'd make a Boy Scout. So I'm actually going to do his little necktie here in blue. I'm not going to use the red and the green. I think it'll look better in blue. But this is what we're going to make, a little Boy Scout, especially seeing as everybody is being asked to join up with Scouts at the minute. It's probably a good time. Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, whatever. So we're going to use a single loom. It's going to be in the offset configuration, which means column 1 and 3 are slightly lower than column 2. We're going to have the pegs open side towards us, or the arrow towards us. We're going to be double banding, and that means you take 2 bands at the same time, place them together and put them over the pegs as if they were one. Now I will apologise in advance, my voice is very croaky. We've got the dreaded lurgy in the house at the minute. And I assure you it is me doing the tutorial, not my husband, even though it might sound like it. So let's start double banding. We're going to do his hair first, and we're going to do Crafty Ladybug's technique where we have hair at the back of the head. If you haven't checked out her channel, her YouTube channel, please do so. She is making some phenomenal stuff, and she's one of my friends. Double banding, as I said. And thank you to all those people who are saying, I hope you feel better. I hope I do. I don't feel too bad. I just sound awful. Maybe the feeling bad will come later. Alright, so let's put a single band across these 3 pegs here as a crossover, and another one here like that. Then we're going to use a skin tone band to pop here. Okay, so a single, wrap it once and twice around your hook and pop that here. We're going to dig down past that single band that we've just used as an end cap and grab the 2 brown bands and loop them up, and then we're going to loop the top 2 to one side and the next 2 to the other side, and these ones will go straight up. We're going to put them straight up by 2, and this one will go up another 1, and this one will go up another 1, and then we're going to push that down. The reason we don't go up to the top is we're actually going to be linking in the face that way. Okay, so let's grab some skin tone bands. We're going to start the skin tone down a bit because the hair is at the top. Okay, so grabbing 2 skin tone, let's lay them for the face. Try and make it so that they're not twisted on each other, otherwise he's going to have twisted bands in his face, and I think that looks a bit odd. I suppose you could call them scars. Okay, 2 bands from the centre to the right. Push down if you don't have room, from the centre to the left. I only use 2 bands now for the neck because we have this part here. So put that on. Now we're going to do some crossover bands. A single that we stretch across. Now for the eyes, I'm going to take a single band and I'm going to twist it once, twice and 3 times, and that will go across like that. For the eyes, I'm going to use beads. I use the 7mm by 4mm mini pony beads. If you don't have those, it's perfectly fine to use bands. You take a single band, wrap it round once, twice, 3 times and 4 times, and that is one eye. And you can do the same again, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that is one eye. So when I say to you that we slide these onto a skin tone, if I can get the skin tone band like that, and stretch across these 2 pegs, make sure that the eyes go either side, and then take the middle bit up and over that peg. You would do exactly the same thing with your bands. You lift them over onto a skin tone band, you stretch them across, and I'm doing it below, but you stretch them across the peg, as you can see, like this, and then you split the middle here and put it above like that, so that would be up here. Okay, so it would be exactly the same. So it doesn't matter, don't have a panic attack if you don't have bands, it doesn't matter. Alright, so Next, what we need to do, and this is really important, and I always forget it, you've got these 2 bands here for the neck, but under here you've got that end cap. You need to pull that end cap out and above and sit that on top of the neck. That's really, really important. All right, now we're going to move down to his shoulders. I'm using a light coffee. It's Loom Bands Light Coffee. And I have to say, I do prefer Rainbow Loom bands, but they don't have all the colours that I personally like to use. So if I'm not having the right colours that I need, I do go to other bands. So we're going down 1, and we're double banding again. I would say that these Loom Bands ones are my next favourite choice, other than Rainbow Loom. They seem to have some nice skin tone colours as well. And if you're having difficulty finding them, you can always find them at www.cookscrafts.com. That's a friend of mine, Michelle Cook, and she has Rainbow Loom product, bands and boards, you know, looms and everything, but she also has Loom Bands. And if you hate separating bands, mixed bag bands, then the Loom Bands might be quite good for you. They do bags of 500 or 600, I think it's 500 skin tone, and you just that's it, no sorting, it's just done. It's, oh, thank goodness. Alright, so I've got 4 for his shirt of the light coffee. I'm using a khaki green. These are actually Crazy Band, and I don't mind them. They're not too bad. I don't know how easy it would be to get them. I found them at Toys R Us. There's 1 packet. I grabbed them. So I'm putting 2 here for the shorts. I'm going back to skin tone. 2 bands. I had 3 in my hand, but I only put 2 on. 2 this side. 2 this side. And 2 this side. Now I'm going to put 2 from this side to, now where do I want to go to? I'll go to here. And from here to here. And I'm going to put another in the middle here as our end cap. Wrap a single round once and twice and pop that here. I'm going to take a single and stretch it across as a crossover band, and another single and stretch it across as a crossover band. Okay, now I'm going to take the coffee coloured ones, the light coffee, and we'll stretch these across as our crossover bands as well. I'm not, as you can see, I'm just placing a single one. I'm not double looping it like this, okay? I only usually do that for girls, or for sort of to define muscle in somebody. Well, he's a little boy, so he really doesn't need that sort of thing. Now we are going to do a belt, and I'm using a Rainbow Loom brown, so it's different from the colour of his hair. And if you have a look here, you can see that it's actually placed on the brown band here. Okay, so it's going to be up here. So I'm going to take 2 bands of the brown, do a figure 8, and they pop here. Because when they pull forward, they'll be on this band and they'll sit flush with that. So let's do the same on this side. Okay, and pop that here. Now it's going to be a bit different. I'm going to place it on here. While these will flip forward and come to this level, okay, if I did this, this will only come here and they'll be down there, so it'll be too high. So I'm going to put them on this peg, which has the green on it. So this middle one will go here. We'll take 2 brown bands and we'll place those there like that. I'm also going to do his shoes in this colour brown as well. Let's do his arms first. So take a single band, skin tone, wrap it once and twice, and slide onto a pair of skin tone and a pair of skin tone and a pair of skin tone. And then because he's wearing a short sleeved shirt, we'll take 2 of the coffee, the light coffee. Doesn't really look like light coffee, does it? But never mind, that's what they call it. It's still a nice tannish colour. And we'll pop 2 more pair there, like that, and pop that on his shoulder. Let's do the same for the other side. A single band, wrap once and twice, a pair, another pair, and 1 more pair, and then our 2 pair of the tan or the coffee. And we'll pop that on this shoulder here. I'm going to keep 4 of those because we're going to put bands on here when we're ready to show that he's got his sleeves rolled up. We're done for skin tone, so we don't need that. We do need to do his shoes. So take 2 brown bands, wrap them around your hook once and twice, and we're going to slide that onto 2 brown bands like that. Don't reclaim the end just yet. Take another 2 brown bands and wrap once and twice and then reclaim. So you've got that trapped in the middle, okay? You're then going to take a pair of white and we're sliding these bands on to those white bands like this and reclaiming. That's going to be his sock. Now, we can't, if we just put that on there, it's going to be a really short sock. So I'm going to do an extra pair of white for his sock, and I'm going to pop that here on the end of his leg. Okay, let's do another couple. Well, not another couple of feet, otherwise you'd have too many feet. Another couple of bands. 2 brown, wrap once and twice, slide onto 2 brown. But again, don't reclaim the end just yet. Move it down your hook a bit. Take 2 more brown, wrap once and twice, and now reclaim like that. Take 2 white bands, and we're going to slide this all on like so. Take another 2. Reclaim, angle the foot, and again I'm keeping 4 extra to do the cuff of his socks, and we will put this little foot on the end of this leg here. Okay, now what else do we have to do? We have feet, we have arms, we have crossover bands, we have eyes. I think we're pretty good. I think we can start looping up. Let's move some of this out the way so I don't knock everything flying. What we're going to do is pull back on the feet and grab the 2 skin tone bands and loop up. Do that on each side. Okay, we're going to loop up and loop up. With trousers, I like to loop up that bit. I'm telling you fibs. Yes, I do. No, I don't. I like to loop up the groin first. Getting my skirts and my trousers muddled up. Dig down, hold these top 2 bands on your hook and loop them across like that. And then we put those 2 on, and then the continuity of the trouser is better. So let's do that this side. You're going to take the top 2 of the groin and loop to one side and then loop up the trouser. Then you can loop up the middle and the middle and the middle. We're going to get up to the belt area. Now, we're probably actually going to have to take this crossover band off. So I'm just going to lift that up, place that back, and I'm going to do the same this side. So I'll just take that crossover band off. We'll put that back in a minute. Let's sort out our belt first. So we have these 2 and these two. We're going under these bottom two, so you're putting your hook under both of those sides, those bands, grabbing the brown bands only, not the tan bands above it. Put your hook around and bring those forward like that. Okay, we're going to do the same under the green, and sometimes I put my finger here because otherwise you can lose the bands at the top, and wiggle it forward, and then I just twist it with my finger to make them sit nicely so they're not all twisted. Again, under here, grab the brown bands and pull forward. Okay, and now we have to put our crossover band back. Take your single band. Now we're going to lift two. We've got 4 loops here on the peg. We're lifting the top 2, okay, and placing our crossover band back. We don't have to lift anything on that one because we haven't looped that one up yet. But then let's find the other 2 here, and we'll link that back up and put those back. Now we can continue looping up. Okay, let's dig down and loop that up. We're going to find the next top 2 bands, the top 2 bands here. Okay, so there's one, and let's find the other. There it is. Loop that to the side. Find the next top 2 and loop those to the side, and now we find the bottom 2. Now I've just done exactly what I hate doing. See how I have that extra band there? That is part of, I'm going to put it back, that's part of this end cap here that we have that links the back of the hair to the face. You don't want that. You just want those 2 that go up here. The bands here need to stay there, but they can't be included in that. That can be a bit tricky. You need to watch for that. Loop up. Here we're just looping the skin tone. Now we're linking up the hair. Looping. I'm going a bit loopy. Okay, so we're going to need 2 brown bands to tie off with. Slide your hook down the center and out the side. Grab those 2 bands and pull back up through the peg to the back side of it and reclaim the end. Take the 2 off and pull tight. Now we can take him off our loom. I use the back of a hook to help me. I don't like broken bands, and I just feel this eases some of the pressure. Get our loom out the way, sort our little chap out here. Now you can pull the belt down so that it sits closer to the green of his shorts, like that. I tend to pull arms up and down, otherwise they sort of look like they're doing a scarecrow. Okay, so there's his body. I'm going to hide the tie-off bands. Grab your bands and pull them back through, and you can also go under between the hair and the skin and pull them back that way, like that, and then hide them under here. That works well too. So there's the back of his head has got hair on it. We've got his little face. We need to do his necktie. Now I'm going to be using blue. I thought I'd use blue this time. So what I'm going to do is with this, you go around the neck. I have two, and you're going with your hook, hold on to one side there, and the, oops, let's just get the necktie, not his neck, and strangle him. So I've got my hook, okay, around both of these like that. Then what I'm going to do is take another pair of the blue, and I'm going to slide this through like that, reclaim the end. Okay, I'm going to take one over the other and pull tight like so. Now the other thing you could do, and I'm not sure if you wanted to do this or not, with this one I had a silver band or a bronzy coloured band, and I just wrapped it around the ties here a little bit. You could put a bead, gosh, he's directing traffic at the minute. You could put a bead there. That one I think is a little bit too big. So, or you can get a different colour band. Let's see if this one works. So hold. Oh, I know what I'll do. Hang on, I'll wrap it around. 1, 2, 3, 4. Slide that on. Like, he's still directing traffic. Like so. And I believe different groups have different coloured, my husband was an Eagle Scout, so I don't know if different groups have different coloured ties or different occasions, but that's completely up to you how you do that, but or what colour you choose to put, but that is the technique of doing it. So what we're going to do next is take two of the rubber bands, I'm choosing the coffee ones, same colour as his shirt, and wrap it around twice on his little arm and slide it so that it is just at the join between the skin tone bands and the tan bands, and that will indicate, or hopefully look like, he's got his sleeves rolled up. And we're going to do the same for his socks. Take two white and we splay them out and pop them on his little legs to make them look like he's got cuffs to his socks, like that. Alright, so there we go.